You won't believe how thrifty this is. Sire Shirai, once a steady slacker, has turned into a roasting expert after finding out that old lady is allergic to peaches. Little May just spotted a peach, and her brother was all about that knife life, collecting the fuzz. Then right before school the next, he took the cap off his pen and sprinkled it on the old lady's head, and she had no idea she was being ad. So she heads to the hospital, and Dad pops up out of nowhere, snapping pics. And next thing you know, he's falsely accusing her of having tuberculosis. Dad's all like, hey, I care about the kids, and the clueless lady buys it, freaking out, while Little May gets a text. No one wants Little May to find out, and it's a secret-keeping championship over there. Little May got a text, she's 3 minutes away, whips out a peach, and trots downstairs. She's behind the old lady, rubbing her fingers together, waiting for the allergy show to start, while the old lady is none the wiser. But on the stairs, she coughs, covers her face, tosses the tissue. Peach plan backfired. Dad comes forward without hesitation, takes out his homemade sauce from his pocket. The old lady is dismissed overnight, and Mom remains silent, without uttering a single word of opposition. She gazes wistfully at the place she called home for years while the boss is in the car whining about how no one's taken care of the house lately. Right then, Dad hands over a business card, claiming it's a members-only club, and this card looks so fancy, it leaves the boss dumbfounded. Just then, out of the blue, a large truck changes lanes, causing the father, who had let his guard down, to curse instinctively. This business card could very well serve as his golden ticket. To keep a low profile, Dad keeps telling the boss not to mention it to Mom, but he turns around so much he totally loses his professional vibe. Mom just can't handle the housework and finally calls after a few days, cluelessly following Little May's instructions. After prepping materials, Mom enters, and they become perfect parasites of the rich. The adults are oblivious, but the kids catch a whiff of something off, realizing the driver and the maid smell oddly alike. The stench isn't just similar, it's practically identical. To avoid blowing the cover, they plan to wash their clothes separately, but clever Little May sees right through it. This isn't just the smell of detergent, it's that unmistakable scent of desperation that even the poor can sniff when the daughter doesn't want to go camping. Her face is ill, but there's no outsmarting her determined parents. The plans for tutoring at home get scrapped, and the moment the car pulls out of the garage, the drama begins. The little son basks on the lawn, the girl watches TV in the bathtub, all enjoying life, while puzzled Sire Shirai lies on the big bed. He's familiar with the girl's diary, basking in the rosy glow of the sunset while Mom dances around happily. It's like they struck gold, and they're in the living room, drinking to their heart's content, young and old mingling, while a gentle rain falls outside, creating a calm, cozy. They flip through the girl's diary and discover her little secret about liking their son, and the parents start daydreaming that this house might really be there. They barely get a few words in when thunder booms from above, and pouring rain breaks the cozy vibe. Plus, it brings an unexpected guest. That old lady keeps ringing the doorbell, refusing to leave, saying she forgot something in the basement. The pleading expression in her eyes is indeed giving everyone the creeps. Upon opening the door, she strides into the mansion without any hesitation, making a beeline for the basement. Mom wants to follow her to see what's going on, but after all, the elderly lady just takes an eternity to come out. To minimize risk, Mom decides to follow her, but as soon as she turns, she's hit with an outrageous scene. Half hanging from the wall, the old lady struggles to push a cabinet. Seeing Mom, she immediately asks for help. They both push with all their might, but can't budge the cabinet. Turns out there's something stuck beneath it, and the old lady completely ignores her pain to rush over. After she forcefully yanks the cabinet open, revealing a door, Mum hastily follows behind to see what's going on. Inside is a narrow hallway that looks like a maze. Dim lights make everyone's hearts race, and at the end of the basement, there's a man lying there. The old lady is preoccupied solely with her own care, while Mom gazes at her in astonishment, her face contorted with an expression of sheer disbelief. The old lady says the basement, left by the previous owner for northern raids, and her husband owes huge gambling debts. So he's been hiding here for 4 years. The three families eavesdrop, stunned by the shocking revelations. The old lady's got this all planned out, cutting off the surveillance feed before entering. After Mom scopes it out, she decides to call the cops, while the old lady goes straight for the knees, begging like a puppy. She holds up a red envelope, asking Mom to send snacks to her husband every week, but this ridiculous request completely infuriates Mom. The old lady instantly recognizes little May, so does the driver, recording it all just as Shiro calls Dad. So they lose their phone in the scuffle, and the family wants to become parasites in this rich household, while the old lady threatens to send the video to Mom. The family is pushed back, thinking there's no signal in the basement, but it turns out the reception is amazing as they slowly retreat toward the stairway. Suddenly there's a loud crash, and everyone feels like they've lost a piece of themselves, drowning in the haze of memories. They thought they could catch a glimpse of the truth through this oxygen, but end up spiraling down into the abyss. Tension rises as everyone senses the chaos spiraling out of control and finds themselves cornered. They try desperately to hold their ground, but the relentless pressure crushes them, shattering the peaceful happiness they once felt.